Ladies and gentlemen, what happened to the Los Angeles Lakers? Unfortunately, the Los Angeles Lakers have not been themselves this season with a record of 29-40. That is just painful to say. They have just lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves a while ago with a score of 124-104 after they just lost to the Toronto Raptors and the Phoenix Suns. Today, I will tell you the reasons why the Lakers have not been playing well this season. I will not place the blame on this situation on Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. None of them should be getting so much hate and toxicity, most especially Russell Westbrook and his family. They are people too. This hate has gone way beyond the lines. I will break this video down into many segments explaining the Lakers' current issues. The first issue I'll be tackling is the poor roster construction, because the roster has way too many guards and forwards that are under the height of 6'6", like Russell Westbrook at 6'3", Wayne Ellington at 6'4", DJ Augustine at 5'11", Kent Bazemore at 6'4", DHT at 6'4", Malik Monk at 6'3", and Kendrick Nunn, who hasn't even played yet because he's injured, at 6'2", Austin Reeves at 6'5", Avery Bradley at 6'3", and Mason Jones at 6'4". This makes the average height of the Lakers to 6'4" because 10 out of 15 of their guys are below 6'6". This gives the team a massive disadvantage against taller, more athletic teams like the Wolves, the Nuggets, the Bulls, Bucks, Jazz, and the Mavericks. The lack of length in the 1 and 2 guard positions allows superstars like Kyrie, Harden, Steph, and Dame to almost have free reign over the offense, because taller defenders with more length will lessen the chances of these scorers from scoring. This will segue me to my next point about the lack of chemistry and communication. Another reason why the Lakers are struggling this season is because they're suffering from the consequences of trading and signing a lot of new players. Because of this, they need to completely create a brand new system around LeBron and Anthony Davis, both offensively and defensively. Because of the lack of chemistry and communication, the team gets affected, because as a team, they don't really know each other's tendencies and sweet spots on the floor. Hence, this issue causes turnovers and a lot of misunderstanding. The next issue is their lack of size and length. Size and length is very important in the NBA today because of the evolution of the modern big man and positionless basketball. Bigs are very important in basketball because without them, there will be no consistent defense. And the Lakers have no true big man after Dwight Howard, who they already barely use. And the Lakers use LeBron as a power forward center, which is just way out of his natural position. And they would use Carmelo as a power forward against bigs. And Trevor Ariza's getting older. And Stanley Johnson is just a 6'6" dude who plays power forward center. And Wenyan Gabriel just gets lost in the system. And teams with good big men like the Timberwolves, like what just happened with Karl Anthony Towns, can just abuse the size advantage and easily win the game. The lack of consistent shooters has been haunting the Lakers, most especially the three-point shooting, which causes the Lakers to struggle offensively when they space the floor away from bigs and defenders. This poor shooting causes the Lakers in points in sustaining leads and closing out games. This will take me to my next point, is that the Lakers consistently change the pace or the flow of the game. What I mean by that is when Russell Westbrook or LeBron would facilitate the game, there will be no synchronicity between them and the rest of the lineup on the floor. This causes the offensive and defensive executions to be poor, causing turnovers and the loss of momentum for the Lakers. The next reason is inconsistent rotations, because the Lakers are struggling to find their best possible lineup when a key player is missing. Switching players like Avery Bradley, Austin Reeves, and Malik Monk in and out of the starting lineup is hurting their chemistry and offensive and defensive consistency, and these inconsistent lineups are causing Russell Westbrook to struggle into integrating himself into the team's system. The reason why Russell Westbrook is really struggling into integrating himself into the Lakers system because he is a ball-dominant player. And the thing is, when he has to play with the Lakers, he needs to play more of a off-ball role since LeBron is initiating the offense. Hence, he is struggling offensively, only averaging 17.9 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, making this season his lowest scoring season since his sophomore stint with OKC in the 2009 to 2010 season. Russ is averaging 4 turnovers a game, actually a drop from last season with the Wizards with 5 per game. The next issue is that the Lakers are depending too much on LeBron on both ends of the floor. LeBron has been sensational this season with the Lakers with averages of 29.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 6.2 assists, shooting 35% from downtown, making it his highest scoring season since his stint with the Cavs back in 2009 to 2010 season, literally beating Miami Heat LeBron. You already know, ladies and gentlemen, how much of a beast Miami Heat LeBron was. The Lakers are literally asking him to be the point guard and the center of the team, literally making him the playmaker and technically the defender of the team, which is just a little bit too much for him, because there's one LeBron and the dude is 37 with limits. I can tell you, LeBron can literally clutch 30 minutes or more in a game, but if you're consistently making him play literally the whole game, he's eventually gonna get very, very tired. And the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, that LeBron is being lazy on defense sometimes, or some games most of the time, because he needs to save up energy to carry the offense, because there's only one of him. And ladies and gentlemen, they're asking all of this from a 37-year-old. Literally ridiculous. The second to the last issue that I'll be talking about is the lack of effort on both ends of the floor, which is caused by the lack of chemistry, the lack of communication, and most of all, age. Age is just a number for a lot of people, but for the NBA and professional basketball and in sports, it's everything. Since the Lakers are the oldest team in the league with the average age of 34 years old, because of their age, the Lakers are lacking energy on both ends of the floor because it takes them even longer to recover for a grueling 82-game season. The last and final issue is the health of Anthony Davis. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, how good Anthony Davis truly is. AD is one of the best players in the league, and in my opinion, he's also the best power forward in the league. And it's just very unfortunate that AD is injured quite often. And maybe, ladies and gentlemen, if he wasn't injured, or if he was in better shape, or if he was healthy for at least a good part of the season, maybe the Lakers would have been in a better place right now. But let us not have our minds wander in the past and think of what could have been, but let us focus on what's ahead of us. And what's ahead of us is the play-in tournament. And instead of hating on AD, let's support him. Let's encourage him to get better soon. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen, he could be in his cocoon right now and sprout out like a beautiful butterfly, wreaking havoc across the league. I mean, come on. I mean, if I would have to judge AD as like a butterfly, I would actually describe him as Mothra. Like, you would never know, ladies and gentlemen. He could even probably drop 50 in the play-in tournament. You'll never know. The Lakers can still actually win a couple more games to sort of build momentum from game to game that they could probably also secure the 9th slot. And you'll never know what happens in the play-in tournament, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I am very excited to see what happens next in the NBA. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button and make it turn blue, and hit that red subscribe button to join this amazing basketball family. New videos about basketball every single Friday because I don't want you to miss it. God bless, stay safe, goodbye.